All right, what is going on, Predators? It is Travis here with Apex Predator Outdoors and the Smash and Pass podcast. Today we are talking with a guy and gal from Forloh. We have Taylor and Wilson here. We're going to talk to them about all of their gear, their outdoors camo, hunting clothes, and even they got some everyday wear stuff and they're dropping new stuff all the time. So we're here to talk to these guys about some nice, very cool, very technical hunting gear that rivals, I mean, even the best or the best in the industry. So with that, like I say, I'm Apex Predator Outdoors. I'm Travis, Apex Predator Outdoors. And we've got Dean here with us.
What's going on, Predators? Thanks for joining us today, and thanks for Taylor and Wilson to be here, man. This is going to be a fun conversation, kind of learn about some of their products. I've had a couple pieces myself and just dig them. And so we're going to kind of talk about what they have to offer, some of the new things that they didn't have when I got mine, and it'll be a good day. So welcome. I appreciate you all spending some time with us today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us. And I noticed your shirt. I like it.
Hey, man, you know, it was from TAC. I had to get it. It was a hot day.
That was not an accident.
Nothing better than have a shirt on a hot day.
Exactly. So tell us about, you know, I think some of the overview of how the company started, where the technology came from, how you guys are growing, just a little kind of a overview of where you guys are at right now.
Yeah. Do you want me to take the reins?
Go ahead.
So we launched in 2020, and our founder, Andy, he is really passionate about hunting, and he wanted to create something of really high quality, and also that was 100% made in the U.S., sourced in the U.S., to bring jobs here. And he loves all technology and researching and the science that goes into it. And so that's really where it started. And then he started finding different, people throughout the U.S. that could help take on this kind of project. It was pretty difficult, still is sometimes, but it's pretty much the gist of it. And it's hunting gear, fishing gear. We've got packs now. What else?
We've got packs. We've got shell holders for your rifle. We've got knives that we partner with some awesome brands to do knives that have our logo on them, but they're a great better known company called Tor Knives. They make awesome handmade knives.
Our belt is Grip 6. We partner with them too. Yeah. They're out of Utah. So it's another thing Forloh kind of does as well, aside from our own things, is Andy will partner with, Andy's our founder. He'll partner with, businesses that are 100% made in the U.S. and maybe it's a mom and pop shop. Maybe it's someone down the road from us in Montana, and, to also support them.
That's a great business model, man. I love hearing the fact that you guys are partnering with smaller businesses and keeping it made here in the U.S. That's a huge plus for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, any company we try to partner with has to be 100% USA made and also offer the same lifetime guarantee that we offer on our products as well. We want to be try to align the best we can with companies and just try to push, American made, produced here, help bring jobs back home, all of that.
That's amazing too, because a lot of things you see these days is bigger companies almost kind of like putting pressure on the smaller companies. But the fact that y'all found some really good, high quality, tried and true smaller companies to kind of bring into the fold, is I think really awesome.
And I think it honestly kind of came about when searching for different materials to make certain things. There may only be, one or two people in the country that are doing, certain things that we were looking for. And it came down to, us knowing how difficult it can be and seeing someone else doing it, partnering with things like that, like the belts, for example.
Mm-hmm. So maybe we start from the base layer and work out. I got the quarter zip base layer, and that technology was kind of cool too. Like I thought, they have some stuff with NASA that's supposed to keep me warmer, right?
So Trisar. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, so kind of tell people a little bit about that. I can tell you that it 100% works. I wore it in Michigan. It was fantastic, by the way. So there's definitely something to it. It's not a bunch of hooey. And so maybe kind of let our listeners know what that technology is. How does it work? Because it's pretty unique in the way that it's put together.
Yeah, so Trisar, do you want me to take this
I
one?
can take this one. Yeah.
Okay.
So Trisar is a technology that it actually was found, like I said, by NASA. So it goes in the base layers that our astronauts wear when they're in, the space stations, outer space. And it's not like your typical merino or other synthetic base layers where it has like one purpose is to keep you warm. The Trisar technology actually helps to regulate your body temperature. So whatever your normal core body temperature is, it just keeps you there. So it doesn't let you overheat, and also just keeps you from getting cold as well. It's an amazing technology that it's, as far as you said, base layers. I've never worn a base layer that stands up to ours for all kinds of climates. It's awesome.
And it's comfortable too. I know I've tried some competitor merino, and I guess I'm just that dude with that skin, but it just drove me crazy. And so this does not have that property to it, which was really nice to be able to sit in that all day.
That's one thing I love about pretty much all of our products. They're extremely comfortable. From the UPFs like I have on, or you're saying the base layers, they're just the materials we use. They're once I can get them on somebody, they're extremely like, oh my gosh, I've never worn something this comfortable before. It just fits nice and feels good on your skin, like you said, all of that.
And do the bottoms the same? I don't have the bottoms.
Yep, bottoms are exactly the same. Yep, exactly the same technologies and all of that in the bottoms.
Right on. And then they go into like the next one with the all climate pants too. I know Travis and I were talking before y'all came on, and I had got those on the way to a deer hunt with Travis, and I loved the knee pads in them. I know, again, kind of other competitors, your knees will sweat because it's that pad right up against your skin. I did not experience that at all with y'all's, the way you designed those pants, and the hip vents were great too. So,
yeah. So real quick, we have the way our layering system works. We've got the base layer, then we've got a down, then we've got an outer shell, right? So that's going to be our all clima 3L rain. But then backtrack that, we also have like the pants you got. So those are the twill pants, or all climate twill pants. So you go base twill, and that's kind of like an all season, kind of year round go to. A lot of people will do along with the soft shell. And then the 3-layer system though is more so super cold and rainy climates, like geared towards that a little more. Or if you're like me and get cold really easily. I wore
it was 103 here yesterday in Houston, and Taylor's like, can you bring my jacket into the restaurant? I'm like, oh, yeah, all right, yeah, that's fine.
They like to kick on the ACs when it's really hot outside.
Yeah, defense. Those shows get cold. I mean, I get it. Yeah.
Speaking of, a lot of people know that y'all are getting set up for the Texas Trophy Hunters Association meeting here in Houston, Texas. You're down a little ways from me. What booth where are y'all going to be located at? Do y'all know?
273 and across from the alligators.
This is a big alligator trailer, and then you'll find it below.
It wouldn't be Texas without alligators.
Yeah. I purposely did that as well. She was showing me the floor plan and was like, we have this option or across from the gators. And I was like, sold.
Across from the gators.
Thank you.
Are you going to be in the same spot in Dallas too?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Someone had already taken the gator spot, I think. Have to double check that floor plan.
Yeah.
You're just going to pick the warm corner in Dallas. So you don't have to layer up. It's funny.
I have a quick question about your kind of like everyday kind of stuff here. So, obviously it's a little bit different need to have, something for hunting versus, like keep you cool or keep you protect just on everyday wear or whatever. Do y'all have a special line for just that everyday stuff, or is it just part of your other systems here?
So good question. It depends.
I mean, you can wear any of it all the time, but
right. So I was going to say, it depends where you come from. Because where I come from, like, guys will wear camo or fishing shirts a lot. Fishing shirts are popular. Really, our UPF line and those solids are really popular for like everyday wear. The shorts, the pants, and the gray and the green, people really, really like those colors a lot, and they're solids. Same with the fishing shirts.
We make like a midweight tech hoodie too that comes in a solid. That's an awesome everyday wear piece.
Yeah, and the our twill pants, actually the ones you were talking about, Dean, I've got a lot of shooters, like tactical shooters that'll wear that. And then also there were some construction workers or guys in the field that'll get those pants for the knee pads as well.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I know that the Solaire ones are really nice too. For hiking and of course Texas heat in general. They're super comfortable, and that's a great segue when you're talking about that again, that burr technology. And I gotta admit that there's something to it. I mean, you can read about it and you go, oh, really, but I think it was a little bit cooler than some of the other designs that I've worn out there, especially for the heat. It was refreshing.
I mean, I've spent every day this summer on the road at shows, outdoor shows, and I don't think I've taken a UPF off this entire summer.
Now, are those going to be coming out with the Insectishield with them also?
Yes, we have them out currently as well.
Okay.
Well, we have them in our camos. The Insectishield we have in camos.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's great for turkey season or whatever, right?
That's
perfect.
Yep.
Turkey season, early archery season,
all
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Insectishield, just like the burr, it works 100%. One of those people are skeptical about. You're like, how does this actually work? I promise you, put it on and wear it. Mosquitoes, all that, 100%.
I can attest to that too. I think, again, I wanted to test gear. And so my wife, for whatever reason, is a mosquito magnet. And so I bought her the white one and took her on a pig hunt. Yeah, I think Travis may have a picture of it. And it was swampy area, mosquitoes everywhere. Everything wants to stick you, bite you, sting you, whatever. And I'm the one, doing this, trying to keep them off. And she's just hanging out, drilling pigs. And I'm thinking, I'm sold. Like it works, So I highly recommend all that. I'm sorry.
What area were y'all in?
We was out in towards Centerville, Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like Central Texas area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can just sit there. You can just wear we have Insectishield pants as well and the tops, and I can sit there and just put both on. Just watch mosquitoes just pissed off flying. Like they just won't land, but they'll just hover, but they won't land. And they're just like, dang, what is going on here?
And then do y'all recommend from washing? Don't wash at all, or rarely wash? You have to retreat them, or
no? So the way the Insectishield is, so we've actually treated the fabric with permethrin.
Yes.
And it will last 80 washes, right? But by the time you get to 80 washes, I mean,
it's time for a new one.
I mean, that's a lot of washes.
Right.
And especially if you're throwing that in a pack and you're going somewhere for a week, or if you're in the woods or whatever the case may be, the odds of you washing it, while you're out or in the woods is slim. And so we've also got an odor resistant. It's a polygene, what we call it, right? So after you wear it, you hang it up to dry, you're good to go the next day. So I mean, as far as I know, it's been normal washes. I've washed mine normally, and it's been the exact same.
Yeah.
It still works.
Yeah,
100%.
Like throw it in with my clothes, normal clothes.
Right.
What's awesome is if you do get to the extended life of your product, like your Insectishield product, we can send it and we have it retreated for you.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, we can have it retreated and you're good to go again for your 70 more washes. But like Taylor,
that's my next question.
Like Taylor was saying, the biggest thing I've learned about wearing a bunch of synthetics this year, like our UPF materials, is the hanging it up to dry. So many people, you sweat, you're doing something, you're hunting or what, you're just doing a daily activity, and you grab your shirt and you just wad it up and toss it in the dirty clothes hamper, and then you grab it and you're like, man, this thing just smells musty. And I learned that if you just take them after you get done, just hang them dry, let the air work through it. It helps the polygene. We also have another technology called odor crunch that works the same way to help just eliminate the odors, neutralize all the scents and the odors from it. And you let it hang, get that dry, and then you just go give it a whiff. And you're like, wow, doesn't smell like anything. And it's just totally. But the biggest key I want people to take away from this is hang your synthetic shirts. Let them dry. Don't just. I've ruined too many by not knowing, and just sweating and throwing them in the pile. Not ruining them, but you're just like, man, this thing just smells. If you let the do their job, you'll be good to go.
So I can literally wear this shirt 7 days a week to the gym, is what you're saying, and never wash it.
Heard it here first. 7 days a week.
Is that Perfect.
Don't be that guy, Dean. Don't be that guy.
I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah. Let me know when it's not the week that you're wearing it 7 days. We'll hang out.
That's funny. And then, so then moving out, I was actually just in the market for a new puffy, which is one piece I don't have of y'all's yet. And I was kind of reading the description, which is huge for me because I'm terrible on gear.
Right.
And so with that ripstop material, you don't necessarily have to wear a soft shell over it. Do you still recommend that, or
I always recommend it with down.
Yeah, so it's always recommended, but it is a more durable face than most puffy jackets you get.
It is more durable, and it is more water resistant. We did a sonic weld instead of actually piercing the fabric by sewing, which would it technically creates little holes. We actually did a sonic weld and heated it, so it makes it a lot more breathable. You really don't I wore my down all season, whether it was a vest or a jacket. I wore it all season last year.
And so that also, I guess, with that weld, then you're really not getting any of the down clumping up in areas either.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it doesn't clump up as much, and we treat the feathers themselves.
Okay.
Right.
Our outer shells and the feathers are all DWR treated. So it's not a waterproof jacket, but it's extremely water resistant. And the biggest thing is if you get your down wet, it just doesn't dry, but ours does.
It dries out pretty quick. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I actually left mine on accident. It was left out at a TAC event in Oklahoma, and it rained. And I came in the next morning, and it had just rained, so it was soaked, and it was dried out within 20 minutes.
Wow.
Nice.
That's impressive.
I had the only puffy I own right now is a cheaper, I think, Columbia brand puffy or whatever, and that was a big problem I had is whenever it got wet, might as well just take it off because it's just kind of useless now for the rest of the day. And also that thing would just stain like crazy, man. I tell you what, I was like, I think I was in the kitchen one time. I'd run inside and I was cooking some bacon or something. I'm on the carnivore diet, so I'm always eating meat, and I got one little splash of grease on there, and it would never come out. I treated it, I washed it, I treated it, and just that one little spot of grease was there for the rest of my life. But being able to have something that has at least a little bit of stain resistance and has the ability to dry out quick is especially very important in the field. Because like you say, if you get caught in a freak rainstorm and it starts pouring down, you need to have something that can dry out pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the pants are designed the same way?
Exactly the same way. Yep. And the pants come with full zips on them as well on the sides. And so they're nice. You can throw them on, take them off real quick.
Entire down pants. So many people don't believe we have those.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
I wore mine. I wore mine last season underneath the rain pant, and it was the most comfortable I've ever been in that temperature on a duck.
Where we at?
I was south. I was in Texas. So that's why earlier when I said I get cold, I mean I get cold. I was kind of near Port Lavaca area.
Okay.
And they were just it was just really cold mornings, but with the layering I can, throw some off. But the pants were all-time favorite.
So I'm from Montana. And so I get a little bit more cold weather than Taylor gets to experience down here in Houston. But so I picked up our down vest this winter, and I literally did not take it off from December till about March. It's just
nice.
It's an amazing piece. I love the down vest. It's like you said, it's breathable. You could hike in it, like the spring shed hunting and hunting bears. Normally I would never hike in a down anything. Just I'm bigger, run hot and stuff. But our down is so extremely breathable.
It keeps you warm, but it really doesn't let you get too hot.
Yeah.
That's part of the sonic weld. It's really, really good at temperature regulating. And the vest I love vests, especially ours. But just vests in general, because you don't feel like you have too much. So when you're,
it's not restrictive.
Right. Yeah. And it's keeping your core warm. So I also deer hunt Missouri every year. And I didn't take that vest off.
I imagine it's be a lot nicer just from a bow standpoint too, right?
And the fit of our And the fit of our down is really nice because we built the 3L, like the layering system. And so our down is, since it's made to be a mid-layer piece, it's a little more fitted than most down jackets or most down vests. So it just has a nicer fit, like you said, for bow hunting and stuff. You don't have to ever worry about like your string slapping your sleeve or anything like that, because it is a more fitted piece to go under our rain jacket. The fit of it is just extremely nice. You don't put it on and feel like a marshmallow walking around.
And does it pack down pretty nicely too?
It does, yeah. Yeah, I can pack it down and put it in my pack. It packs down really well.
Same with the jacket?
Jacket, vest, yep. I always keep a down jacket and our Aerolite rain jacket in my pack all the time.
Gotcha.
And they both pack down really well.
So another great segue. I want to talk about your packs here, because this is definitely something I'm in the market for. I do not have any pack right now. I've got a hiking pack that I use right now, but this will be my first time I go out elk hunting and stuff like that. And so I know you've got several different kinds over here, but just kind of walk us through some of these, and I guess like some of the design components of the
yeah. So are you
materials
looking for a multi-day pack? Or are we looking for more of a day pack? What are we thinking?
We're debating on that. So like we're kind of debating on the idea of whether we it's probably going to be mostly like a multi-day pack here.
Yeah.
I don't know whether I need like a 60, 70, 80 liter, but
right, yeah. So that would be our method pack is awesome for that. It's about a 4,400 cubic inch bag. And it has, I wish I had one in front of me because I love showing that thing off. It has so many storage pockets built in. And that's awesome that you just don't see with most basic packs. Like you have hip pockets, you have 3 separate hood compartments, 2 main bag compartments. It is honestly the easiest pack to get from pack to load shelf that I've ever played with. And I've used packs for a lot of years now. It packs weight extremely well. I packed Taylor around a few weeks ago at a show. I literally the bag, had Taylor stand in it, threw it on, and we walked around the expo just to see how it carried weight right when we first got our hands on it. And it carried Taylor 120 pounds extremely well. I was very
Yeah, people were like, "Oh, you're only 90 pounds. That's not that impressive."
Yeah.
I was like, a little more.
Yeah.
But
Come on, man.
but
You never
another
tell what
value
you're going
would
to
go-
Yeah.
And so that pack also has a frame built in, a carbon fiber frame built into that one as well. So that's great. So if you have to pack loads out and stuff like that, it packs the weight extremely well. The hip belt is extremely comfortable, and our packs are extremely adjustable. So we do a one size fits most, and you can we'll adjust it, or you can adjust it from there. So you don't have to worry about getting like a different frame size or different hip belts with your pack and all that. You can just get the method pack, take it home, fit it to yourself.
Yeah, honestly, Dean, Travis, we could get our product development head of him on here, and you could do an entire podcast just on all our different packs and systems. The amount of work they put into it. It is new. It is, newer, very new, but, he could give you an entire series of podcasts on
It's
it.
his baby.
He goes deep, huh?
Yeah. But the part of me was like, oh, I don't know if I want to go too far into this, because if I say one thing off, I mean, he'll be calling me.
The biggest
All of a sudden, your side of the screen goes black because you said something wrong.
Your phone starts going off.
The one thing I do love about our pack, though, either if it's the one pack or our method pack, is the fact that they're all 100% waterproof. Waterproof zippers,
nice.
Waterproof zippers, all like 100% waterproof. And you just don't find that very often in a pack itself. You get a pack, you have to get a rain fly and all of that. And being a waterproof pack, people are like, oh, it's probably loud. It's really not. Like you would think a nylon type material would be like loud, but it's really, really a quiet pack.
I mean, I can see that one day pack that Travis has got up right now being a nice duck blind.
Yep.
Pack,
Everyday pack, duck blind pack, deer stand. But
That's
what's
exactly
cool about
what I have it for.
that bag is
blind.
You can pair that bag with our dry bags and turn it into a 2-day bag or a 3-day bag if you want. All of our products are you can use them together. So like same thing with the method pack. If you needed like a 6 or 8 day backpacking pack of the bigger pack, you just do that load shelf and throw your dry bag full of stuff in between them and add you another 3,000 cubic inches of space to pack stuff with if you wanted.
And on your load shelf, it's built in. Obviously, can you adjust the height of that? And I'm only asking just for like training.
No, exactly.
I could throw in like cement in my backpack and do a hike.
Exactly.
Right? So okay.
It's fully adjustable. It's built into the frame itself. So when you take your bag off, you'll see there's a compartment that has the load shelf that rolls out. You just pull that out, and then you can tighten it to as high as you want to carry your weight on your back. You can adjust it, and it'll fit you perfect.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's really cool. And you said those are new. Everybody can get them now. You can order them. They're ready to rock.
They're ready to rock and roll. Both packs, one pack or the method pack.
And so your frame is
we're
looking at now.
The frame up right there. If you look at kind of the bottom third of it, I'm center pointing at the screen like people can see me. But if you look at the bottom third of it, right there is that kind of folded part. That's where your load shelf comes out of. So you just pull it out of there, and then it reattaches to the top of your frame there. And that's the height on it that way.
Gotcha.
And you have a bladder pouch in there.
Yeah, bladder pouch, and then you have the slits on either side, however you like to run your hose.
Right. That's really cool.
Yeah, right there. There you go.
Yep.
Load shelf folding out.
Awesome. So are these camo patterns, is that something custom y'all did, or did y'all get that from another?
We partnered with a biologist, actually, and we went through like 80 different patterns.
Took Andy and the biologist 3 years and 86 different patterns to come out with our deep cover.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Both of our camos are proprietary, like our own proprietary camos here at Forloh.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Extremely well. I mean, I've been in the timber with the deep cover, and it looks awesome. Like in the green, like Montana's been green this spring when I was hunting bears and all that, and it looks really good. And then I can throw exposed on, and you can honestly be, even like tree stand hunters are a little iffy on it, but I went and got up in a tree the other day just curious. No leaves on it. It was a dead tree at the house, but it looked good. Like the background of the sky, I didn't look too white up there. Our camos are very diverse.
And what we view, like I've had a few people saying like our green is kind of bright, but typically, animals don't see colors in the same way we do. And so, our camo it does look good, of course, but it's not necessarily meant to make you to where you're not literally seeing to our eye, right? It's from an animal's perspective. Right. And so that brightness of green really, I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It shouldn't.
The depth of our camo is what's really cool too. Like it adapts to your surroundings in a sense, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So walking through, like
in a sense, if that makes sense.
If you're walking through, like say it's dark, the deep cover Taylor has on here will actually like get darker with the timber. Like if there's no sunlight in it, it'll help. You won't just be sticking out because it looks bright green, but you'll dull down with the lighting around you, and then you could walk across like an open meadow, and you'll brighten up with the sun and kind of match how the sun like washes everything out around you as well.
Interesting. So Taylor, what pattern do you run exposed then on your duck hunts? Is that what y'all suggest? Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, if I'm in a blind, I'll have like a solid pant, and typically like a layout blind or in an actual duck blind, then I'll have like a solid pant and then my exposed shell. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And then are y'all running? Do you have gloves out now too?
No.
Also, or no gloves yet?
Yeah, that's coming. It's in the hopper, but
it's very difficult to find gloves here.
Gotcha.
Material and things specific for gloves, so it's taken us a while.
And you know what? The other thing too. This is one of the things that drive me crazy. I'll wear face paint, but if I'm cold, I like to wear. Like in Michigan, I'll wear a face cover. Yep. And it always drove me crazy that it would fog up my binos, And one thing I noticed with y'all's is, I don't know, again, what that material is, but it didn't. Is it Trisar? But it didn't catch my breath and fog up my rangefinder so I thought that was just amazing that I didn't have to constantly wipe my binos off or pull my mask off to be able to see.
Extremely breathable.
Yeah.
We took like our base layer, basically imagine a base layer. That's one of our face shields, right? And then our other face shield is like taking a UPF shirt, and that's a face shield.
We just released those about 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Our UPF.
So we've got one to keep you warm, one that'll keep you cool for like.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I've been getting really into these camo patterns, man, and I kind of nerd out over it because I've been trying to create my own for a couple of years here on my own too, so it's not going very well. But but yeah, man, it's I think what you talk about there is that the depth of the pattern is a big deal because I've studied a lot about the biology and like how a lot of the animals that we hunt see, and it's not as like, I think as far as all their senses go, their sight is probably the worst because they have a wide field vision. Imagine trying to see everything you do through like a wide angle lens, an extreme like fisheye lens, and it gets to the point where that's the biggest thing is to make sure you break up your depth. So like you don't need to have like real leaves all over your, real tree bark and all that stuff. But I think the depth of the pattern, I think like you were saying, is a really big deal. And you can see like the contrast in here, like the grays in the background kind of mimics like a shadow, the bark, the lighter bright, like is like light shining through the trees and stuff. And so, yeah, I think there's a lot of thought put into that. I appreciate as a big tech nerd, like I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, we should get Andy on here one time too. You want to talk about it? He nerds out on this.
We could get Andy and Robert on here, and you guys.
Yeah. hey, send them, man. We'd love to have them on because I love nerding out about camo too because I want to create a camo pattern. Maybe I'm giving away the.
I was just saying this might not be the format to talk about.
But no, listen. I want to create a camo pattern that has Vanta black paint into it because you think about that, it has like a 99.9% light absorption rate. So it like basically it transmits like almost zero light. You would almost like look like you have holes through you. So talk about that depth. I mean, it's not there yet, but I mean, that would be amazing.
Ours, like I could tell. Circling back on the camo as well, but also asking about if any of it's everyday wear, right? So both camos, you'll notice the grays in there and the greens. We pulled those colors to make solids, and so our gray that we call magnet will go with the deep cover or the exposed. Our green that we call, it's a Forloh green. Actually, it's our green that we trademarked or patented or something. And that green is in both, and we pulled them out. So a vest would go with either one. And so when talking about everyday wear, I have a lot of my down vests and jackets are solids. And so I'll wear them out or wherever, but then I'll actually layer with them as well with either of the camos.
So I think we're coming up on our 45-minute mark. I'd love to touch base one more time. Now that you got the female line out, can you talk a little bit about are the designs identical? You said you kind of want to create an own
100%
female fit.
It's a female fit, right?
But we don't sacrifice quality at all from our male to our female line.
That's actually the reason I came on board. This was the first camo company ever to, once they would release something in men's, immediately they were already working on the fits and designs for women.
That's awesome.
And so our product testing, most of it is done with the men's side, right? So they come out first. We've already product tested the different gear, how they're holding up, what changes we need to make to the actual fabrics and how it's holding. And then with women's, what we do is really just working on the fits.
Okay.
That's a big deal. I know my wife won't wear a lot of things if it doesn't have the right cut, and like I say, there's a specific fit to it. You can even see kind of here where it's got like just a very slimmer midsection here and a little bit more expanded bust. And I think that's really awesome that you got that specific fit.
Right. And a lot of the women, especially with our vests, I have some women that may like the men's vest more sometimes because it's a little longer. So they have the option as well, and our figures, they're just so different and diverse, every single figure, right? On the female side.
That's one thing I've learned working clothing is females fit clothes way different than guys. Guys, you can be like, what size pant are you? You're like, I'm a 36. So, do you want to try it on? I'm like, nah, it'll fit. And girls are like, I need 6 sizes to go try on.
Right.
Some guys will wear a trash bag as long as it's got the right camo pad.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, I'll take your word
but
for it.
Our stretch makes it really, really cool. And easier for women. Like our UPF pants have a 4-way stretch. It feels like, honestly, pajamas. When you're wearing them, so it tends to fit a lot more women, and they
exactly. I've noticed that we do fit a wide variety of people sizes doesn't matter because our clothes, like shit, they do have a little stretch to them. All of our twill pants, the UPF pants, everything has 4-way stretch in it.
Yeah. And everything has a purpose too. So when looking at, you can always chat with us, message us about, hey, what should I do on this sizing? I can tell you right now what to size up on, what to size down on, because we do things specifically for different reasons, right? Our soft shell is more of an athletic cut. It's not meant to be your most outer layer, right? Like our rain, all climate rain jacket is your outer layer. So you'll have more room in your shoulders. It's more of a box cut. We do things, everything has in it a reason, and it's very intentional. And so if everyone knows what they're buying and why they're buying it, it tends to obviously fit and work as it's supposed to.
Yeah, my only 2 cents on the pants is that your owner must be left-handed because the pocket holders or the knife holders on the wrong side.
The buttons on the button, not the way we're used to as well.
Right.
I don't think it is.
I don't think so either, but that's the first thing. Funny you said that. That's one of the first things I ever put out a pair of twill pants. I put them on and I was like, went to go, like, I was like, oh, there's a knife pocket on my left side.
Yeah.
Like, that's a little different.
Yeah, it's backward. I was like, wait a minute. But the more I thought about it, I thought, you know what? He's got to be left-handed. That was my first thought. My second thought was, well, if guys are right-handed, they're going to put their firearm on the right-hand side. So maybe that's why he didn't, want it there. Right?
We're going to go option B.
We're
that's what. Yeah.
We're going to tell
That's what you
people
meant to
who
say.
are right-handed that for your pistol on the right. We're going to tell
exactly.
people who are left-handed that we support left-handed.
You're right. Yeah. You're going to have a chest mount. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
And we're coming out with this bino harness for reason.
Yeah.
So on the fitment, I got a question. Like say whenever y'all kind of like do it by, like you said, by purpose. So like your base layers are going to fit a little bit tighter, and then as you get to like the top layers are going to have a little bit more universal kind of straight fit.
And that's what's awesome about like the fits like that. So like from our soft shell jacket to our rain jacket, they're both 100% waterproof with a property called Airdyme. This company we work with. It's similar to a Gore-Tex, but actually it tests more breathable and better waterproofing properties than Gore-Tex. But so
way better than
both those jackets are 100% waterproof, outer layers, but they have different fits. So since the rain jacket is made to go over our base layer and our puffies and stuff, you can kind of get different guys on it as well. So you've got a guy that's a larger 3X size, which we go up to 3X, but he might like the fit of our rain jacket better than our soft shell, and you get the same uses out of both jackets, which is just really cool by having a purpose and different fit to different products that all accomplish the same thing, which is keeping you dry and warm and in the field longer.
Travis, were you going to ask a question?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh, I can't remember now. I forgot. Oh, I think I was just going to make a statement. I was just going to say that, yeah, like, from previous years, I was using like some of the Under Armour camo system before they decided like hunters don't really matter anymore. And then the thing I didn't like about it, like I liked the pants, like they're like I had an issue with the number of pockets or lack of pockets, and then I also had an issue where the fitment, whenever it felt like I was wearing like bell bottoms on the bottom.
Right.
And they were great pants. They were, lasted me like 6 years or something like that. But like I say, I didn't like the fitment of them, so I prefer a little bit more active fit. So it doesn't like I'm not like sloshing around in my pants while I'm walking around, and getting ticks and stuff up in my legs, So the fit is is important to me. That's all I was just going to mention there.
Yeah. A big reason I encourage people to come to shows wherever we're at on the road, honestly, is to try things on. I don't care if someone wants to try on every single thing we have, just another sizing in it.
But your pants, though, I've noticed, at least the ones I've gotten, are pretty spot on. They are very run small or anything like that.
Our twills are pretty spot on. I think guys may size up one sometimes on the UPF.
Well, yeah. So like if you're like so we do even sizings, 32, 34, 36, like that. So if you're like, I'm a 33, 32, 33, I'm like, get a 34 in a pant. I mean, just kind of makes sense a little bit, but our twills and our UPFs are, for me at least, and most guys I have tried pants on, are extremely true to fit or true to size.
And I can fit a few different sizes on our women's UPF pant, depending on how I want the fit. Super tight, a little looser.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, this has been awesome. I think our time's about to come up. I do want to mention again our lifetime warranty before we go. Because we're high quality, and our pricing is going to be where it needs to be for this type of quality and being in the U.S. and things like that. But we want you to buy a jacket that's going to last you a lifetime. So our lifetime warranty has been huge with us. And our customer support, and just reaching out. And if you need to exchange anything, return anything, if you're having issues with something, we've made it our priority to kind of get back to that really, really good customer service where, bring us whatever, let's look at it, let's talk about it, because we're also still in a product development phase, right? So we want to hear your stories. Why did this happen? Where were you? What conditions were you in? Because if we start seeing a pattern of this, well, hey, we've got a bigger issue. Let's take it back, to the drawing board and look at what's going on.
That's a great thing, man. It's like tried not only to see, okay, there might be an issue, but where can we fix that issue for the future? And that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, man, I thank you guys for coming on. I appreciate your time and everything, and also, have a good look at the show, man. Like I said, I wish I could be there, but busy. But thanks for being on. Everybody, go reach out. Are y'all on social medias and stuff like that?
Yeah, Forloh official, and then we've got another page for people in the Austin area, Forloh ATX, because we've got a storefront there, and we're on Facebook. Website, just put Forloh in and you'll find everything there.
You'll come up.
Yeah, we'll come up.
Yeah. I'll be stopping by the Austin store. I'll be out there probably in 3 weeks or so I'll be coming out there to check you guys out. And don't forget, everybody, to like this video, subscribe to the channel, go to subscribe to Dean's channel, Lung Crusher 53, and don't forget to go check out guys at Forloh. And thank you guys for your time, and everybody, don't forget, keep defying the odds.